Hi, it's my name is Kobe. Um I'm just uploading this because I don't even know. It's just the first video I'm putting on this channel. Uh I need to like loosen up and like warm up into it and get comfortable. But I don't know. I'm just gonna go on and just say what's on my mind just randomly, and if this turns into something then great. If not, I'm not too fussed either. But yeah, I'm just on here. This just to just express my thoughts, kind of. I find like in real life, like in school or at home, I just say stuff randomly, right? I just speak my mind, and either people aren't interested or it's just like they've become desensitized to it. So like the stuff that I'm saying is like they're like, oh, here he goes again, and it's just like so I thought, why not just upload on YouTube, speak what you need to speak, and hey, maybe it's just like my calling to like if to like speak to someone. Like maybe someone has to hear this, someone has to know what I'm saying or hear what I'm saying, and maybe it might help some people. Um, I don't know where to start. I'm just gonna speak about. I was just gonna speak about anything. Like I guess the most common thing that I find myself questioning is like existence. Existence, where I am right now, what reality is, our perception of reality, um, how we interpret our reality, you know, what influences how we perceive our reality, and is it negative influences or positive? Um, yeah, I'm gonna jump onto that bandwagon. Is that the same? I'm gonna jump into that saying like society, how it negatively influences our perception of reality. Looks like that's the topic today. Perception of reality. Um, what I mean by society influencing our perception of reality, it's like I guess what we surround ourselves with in our everyday lives, like TV, what kind of food we eat, you know, the people we hang around, the jobs we commit our time towards, etc. Stuff like that. Um, I think society is designed in a way where it seems almost completely opposite towards what's natural for us as human beings, as spiritual beings. It's like the way it's designed is like things are like flipped. Like we do things that aren't inherently good for us, like eat unhealthy, sit on chairs all day, stare at a screen all day. Um, you know, yeah. But back to perception. Back to perception. Our perception of the world, of what's around us, is influenced straight from the get go. Straight from when we're born, when we're raised, we get told knowledge. We get given knowledge about the world, how it was made, whether that's religious or science based. We get told what everything is. We get told what this is, a t-shirt. We get told that hair grows out of our heads. We get told that, you know, that you drink out of a cup, or the sun is in the sky and the clouds, evaporate and, rain down. It's like a cycle, etc. We get taught things, basically. We get given books. We learn about the history of the world and everything that exists, that we know that exists. And most people just carry on with that. Most people think it's like a flipped motion in where we look for the answers outside, the outside world, through books, through what people are telling us, through what we see. And it's like what we never consider is the answers that could lie within ourselves, within our spirits. It's like all the answers that you need, I think, is inside you. Like, sure, you learn how to speak, learn how to communicate with people, you learn the basics of what reality is, but you can never be certain what everything is. Don't just believe things, don't just believe the things that you're told. Question everything, because not everything can be as it seems. There are deceptions, there are such things as deceptions, of illusions, and all of that stuff. And you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you've trusted a system that, quite frankly, is probably hiding a lot from you, and is probably hasn't even discovered or don't know the answers to most things that you're looking for inside. So yeah, you just gotta, instead of looking outside or asking for someone else's advice, literally just look inside yourself and ask yourself, what is this? Why is this the way it is? And then you may find yourself like discovering things, and like you might see the veil of how you perceive reality to be like lifted, and then you find yourself being like coming to the realization that not everything is as it seems. um it's just keeping an open mind, question everything, keep an open mind, and stay true to who you are. Don't rely too much on what you see. The a saying that I like to say myself is, I don't I allow my eyes to recognize things, but I don't allow them to tell me what things are. So when I'm looking at the reality that's laid before me, the physical plane, I don't tell my eyes that that's what it is. The the Plato experiment, Plato, where you question like the reality, right? Like what you perceive as reality. If I'm looking at a chair, you know, just because I see a chair, it doesn't mean that it's a chair, if that makes sense. Like the experience works. How can I explain this so it makes sense? So when you're looking at a chair, for example, um, let me just explain his experiment, Plato's Plato. That's Plato. I don't know how to pronounce it. Honestly, I'm sorry. I've only read it. I've never heard someone say his name. Shocking, but yeah. Um, his experiment says like, I think it was like he took prisoners to a cave, and they weren't allowed to look behind themselves, right? They could only see a cave wall, and they were chained and positioned like forwards, and they couldn't look what was behind them. And what they basically did was they set a fire behind them, and they placed objects on like a board of some sort or something, and that projected shadows, right, onto the walls. And then they asked the prisoners to tell them what they saw. What they saw. Ignore my accent, okay? It's just like that. On what they saw. Um, and they would say stuff like books, flowers, mugs, cups, whatever. Even like stones or rocks or something. Flower. Did I say flower? Yeah. And basically, the point of that was gonna be like, why do we what they did, what was going on in the head is they looked at a shadow and they connected it to an object that they were told exists, or that looked familiar to the object that they were told exists. That makes sense. I don't know if I'm being clear, but basically, how could they trust that what they were seeing was definitely a book, or was definitely a flower, or something like that? It's the veil, like, and then when you compare that to reality, it's like reality, what you see before you. Like, take it up a notch, basically. Take it up a notch. That's a literal sense, looking at a shadow. And then the shadow is projection of the actual objects that are behind them, right? But they can't see the objects. They can only see the shadow. That's all they know that exists in that moment. So when compared to reality, you ask yourself, you make it as if the physical objects in this world are like the shadows, right? So the chair is like a shadow, but what's projecting that shadow? What's projecting that chair? You know, it's something layers behind it. The veil, right? The veil of our reality, of what we see as real. Um, when you strip that away, it's a whole new world, a whole new reality that we're not exposed to, or that most people aren't exposed to on a regular basis. That I'm not exposed to. I'm still figuring out. I don't know anything. That's the thing. I know nothing about this reality, nothing about this universe. Like on Erica Badu's song. um, Man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. True words, queen. But yeah, true words. The man that knows something truly knows nothing at all, and we truly know nothing about this reality. What we were told, if true, is just not even a scratch of the surface. You have to really dive deep and uncover all of this stuff if you're willing to. And yeah, so question everything. Don't believe your eyes. Don't allow them to tell you what things are, only to recognize them. Then question it. Question it. Are the clouds real? Is the moon real? Just question these things. That's all. Not saying to like rule it out completely, right? Or to say for fact, like, just question. Always question. Don't settle on things. So then you risk um walking blindly. You risk walking blindly once you stop questioning. So always question everything, even if it's true to begin with. It's just to be sure, because you can never be sure. But yeah, I think that's it. I've rambled on enough. I've got that in my system. I feel like I had to do this. This video is 13 minutes long now. Wow. Okay. uh, I don't know if anyone's gonna see this. You know, I have. Yeah, I'm just gonna just upload it because why not? Why not? Why not? It was like a calling to do it, and I was inspired by people like uh Spiritual Soul, Infinite Waters, people like that. You can check them out. I might link them down in the description. And yeah, cool beans. Take it easy. Love you. One love. One love.